Hello and welcome to our Monday afternoon live broadcast and rebroadcast if you're catching this as a recording. Today we are going to be talking about fasting and how intermittent fasting specifically can help our body's circadian rhythm. So our body has a circadian rhythm. Every living thing and creature has a clock that our body operates on, and today I'm going to share with you a little bit about how intermittent fasting can really help us keep our body on its natural rhythm and system of clockwork. So if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. My name is Diane, and for the past 25 years I have been helping women find nutrition plans and fitness programs to help them look and feel their best and live their most authentic life. And here in this community we are doing that through the practice of intermittent fasting and creating an authentic life for ourselves. And oftentimes that authenticity comes from us really being able to go throughout our day and feel authentic about everything that we're doing, whether it's just going to work and feeling our best, or going about our social life and feeling our best, and the choices that we're making and making sure that they all feed our system and are really making us feel our happiest. And oftentimes we are in that place of happiness and authenticity when our body's systems are all in sync. And this is really where intermittent fasting and our body's own circadian rhythm can really help each other work at its best. If you have taken our course before, I always ask that you please leave a message in the comment section so that way I know you're here and I know when you took our course and how you are doing since you've taken the course. And if you are new to joining us on these broadcasts, also please take a second here so that I can welcome you to the community as well. Always hit that subscribe button and like button if you don't mind also. So our circadian rhythm, it really is a 24-hour clock system that our body is designed to work off of. So it's the way we were designed to operate. Oftentimes what happens is we, like most cases, get in the way of our body's own natural system. And this has happened pretty regularly for us women, especially because of what we've done with following diets and really feeling so afraid of slowing down our metabolism by skipping a meal or two. And what we're finding now with science and all the research that's going on is that our body's systems need a break and an opportunity to do their job. And if we're constantly interfering with that opportunity for our body to do what it's designed to do, then our system cannot be in sync, and our bodies are not going to have the opportunity to operate the way they were supposed to, which is in that 24-hour clock system. So for a lot of us, as we start to age and when these systems get backed up and they start to shift because of hormonal changes, that's when we really start to notice our body being out of sync. And out of sync really means that we're not running on our designed system. And that happens because we are doing multiple things at the same time that were not designed to happen at the same time. So let me give you an example of this. So a lot of times we have issues with insomnia when our body is going through a hormonal cycle. That also happens when our body system is backed up, and for a lot of us women, when we have the insulin resistance situations or the hypoglycemia situations, or maybe even like in my situation when I was diagnosed as a pre-diabetic. And our body is working on overdrive because our systems are so backed up, and hormonally we're not having those same reactions and work time that our body's supposed to be in because we're so out of sync. And so when we go to sleep, we need our melatonin to kick in so that we can rest and our body can slow down and do the things that it needs to do when it's in sleep mode. When our systems are so out of balance and our hormones are off and our cortisol is going crazy and we have adrenaline that's firing off because things are out of balance, that's really when we get our system out of sync and our rhythms are not working in that 24-hour cycle the way they're supposed to be. So we are designed to have time of rest, and we're designed to have time of shutdown. And if we don't allow our body to get into its own cycle and have that shutdown and rest time, that's when we really start to get completely out of balance and end up in a sick situation like I was in, and I know a lot of you are in as well. And so when we are constantly consuming food and we don't put ourselves into that clean fasted state, or we aren't allowing ourselves that downtime to really rest when we're in that sleep state, we don't get that time to repair and shut down, and that clock system again goes off. So every organ in our body has a clock that it's running off of, and sometimes when we're resting as a body, our organs are actually at work. And if we don't get our system in that state of being able to actually get into that deep sleep and that rested state, then the things that are supposed to be working when we are at rest don't get the opportunity to do their job as well. And so where intermittent fasting really does play a key role in getting our system back into its sync of being on and off within its own circadian rhythm is allowing our body an opportunity to rest and not have to work in overdrive. And this is where being in that clean fasted state for a good amount of our day when we're in that backed up and out of sync system really does let our body and our organs do their job. So for instance, our liver, we know, is a place where we produce those ketones, and our brain needs ketones to operate at its best. If we're constantly putting food into our body and we're constantly in production and breakdown and storage mode and processing food, we don't allow our bodies to have the opportunity, or organs more specifically, to break down what we already have in our system, and it's constantly processing new things. This is where so many women in our community are seeing the best benefits in intermittent fasting, in getting that 20 hours of clean fasting in, because you're allowing your body's organs to work at a time when they need to be working and break down a lot of that backup that we have in place. Same thing holds true for having that shorter feasting window. Again, allowing your body to have the opportunity to take a break from food and allow your body to have its time of rest. So when you're breaking in that 20-hour fast, so many people say, well, everyone fasts because everyone sleeps, for 8 hours, or everyone naturally fasts for 12 hours. And what we have found, and there has been a lot of research that has been done on this very specific topic, is when you actually have people track what they're doing in their everyday life, very few people are fasting for even the minimum amount of time, which is 12 hours. Because if you go to bed with something that's going to take you out of a fasted state, and the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning is do something that takes you out of a fasted state, most people are only sleeping 6 to 7 hours. So you're not even getting the minimal 12 hours that's required to get your insulin at its lowest level. And this is where a lot of people's circadian rhythm is getting so thrown out of whack, because you are not allowing your body's predetermined work and rest time to fall in its natural phasing. And this is how intermittent fasting really does, because you're taking 12 or 20 hours of your time, at least in this community with the results that we're seeing, and you're not interfering with anything that your body has to do, and you're letting it be in work and rest mode according to how your body has been designed. Remember, we don't determine what our body's functions are supposed to be on a normal, everyday, everything's healthy basis. Our body is designed to do that. And when you start getting signs and signals from your body letting you know things aren't working right, hypoglycemia, insomnia, leg cramps, hormonal imbalance type of situations, perimenopause symptoms that you can't control on your own without medical intervention, all those things that are starting to happen to us as we age, memory loss, it's because we are interfering with our body, and that's the signs and signals that our body's letting us know something is not correct, something's not working the way your body has been designed to have it work. So let's just do a period of time in our day where we don't do anything, where we don't create that interference, where we don't create that stop of the work and rest that our body has been designed to automatically do on our own, and just do nothing and embrace what our body has been so magnificently designed to do, and that's clear itself out and allow your body to operate on its own. Our health, we have to remember, is not just the result of some test that was given, or our health is also not some predetermined image that we think healthy is supposed to be. Our health is really a balance of what our hormones are doing and what our organs are doing. And again, this goes back to that allowing your body to have an opportunity of time within its 24-hour circadian rhythm to do absolutely nothing, so that you can have your organs do what they were designed to do without interruption from us, and giving your hormones an opportunity to balance themselves out the way they are supposed to balance themselves out, without us putting something into our body that's going to throw things out of balance. And we know now, with a lot of the things that are going on with our food industry, and a lot of the things that we were told were supposed to be healthy for us, which are in fact not so healthy for us, are really putting those hormones in a state of shock and a state of imbalance. But we do have the power to put them back where they need to go, and that really does come when we get that clockwork back in function the way it's supposed to be operating. We should be considering our rest time and our new opportunity for a fresh start as the time we go to bed at night. And we as a society consider waking up a fresh start and a new day. So when we change our thinking about that and we think about how are we going to bed, and this is our opportunity to have a new day and a fresh start, we can start evaluating some of the things that we're doing leading up to going to bed as well. And I mentioned that there have been surveys that have been done and studies that have been done that the average person is really going 6 to 7 hours without putting anything into their body that's going to interfere with your body's system. So if we think about that and we think about how we want to go to bed, what condition is our body in when we lay it to rest? What are the last things we are going to do before we put our body down to get its clockwork in that reset mode? So if you think about, going to bed as an opportunity to hit that reset button or that stopwatch to start over, how is that going to look for you? Are you removing those late night sugars? Are you able to skip that late night snack? Are you able to cut that blue light activity down? What are you watching? What are you putting in your head before you go to bed? And how is that setting your hormonal state off when you're about to put your body down to rest? And so think about that tonight, or maybe the next couple of nights when you're going to bed as well, and think about the opportunity that when you lay down into your bed to reset your system, how are you preparing yourself to take the best advantage of that rest time and that reset time? And are there some habits that you have, or are there some things that you have going on in your late night activities that you can maybe alter or switch up so that you actually have a fresher and healthier start to your day? Healthy is only as good as we allow it to be. And oftentimes, even if we're eating a healthy diet, and I know there's a lot of women in this community that understand this, I felt this way myself. I was eating a very healthy diet. I was living a very healthy lifestyle. I was just doing it in an unhealthy way for my body based on the season that it was in. So timing can make a healthy food and a healthy lifestyle something that can transition into something that could be very unhealthy in our body. And I know for a lot of us, fruit is that big thing, and it was for me as well. Fruit's super healthy, but the fact that I was consuming too much of it and in the wrong times of my day actually converted it into something that was very unhealthy based off the way my body was processing it because of the life stage that I was in. So we want to start considering some of those things as well. And can we just give ourselves that time break to allow that burn off and that reset, so that when we do healthy things, they stay healthy in our body and they're not converted into something unhealthy because of the things that are going on inside of our internal clock and our internal body chemistry system. Calorie restriction and time restriction has been proven to just be that thing that does help us create more longevity in our life. So it's not that we're starving ourselves. It's not that we're just depriving ourselves. It's only considered calorie restriction and time restriction because it's not normal for our society. But when we think about healthy people, we think about how our ancestors once lived, we think about even how our grandparents were living. They were living a lifestyle that was just that was more conducive to the longevity aspect of things. And because of the way things have changed with the diet industry and the nutrition industry and the food industry, that we have become this over-consuming society, and we're afraid to skip a meal. And what we really need to get back to is the basics of what work, and that is cutting down and cutting back on the calories that we are consuming and putting new into our body, understanding what happens when we're in a clean fasted state, and then knowing that we do not have to always create an insulin response type of situation by putting new calories and new exposures into our body and letting our body balance out and really get into that depleted state of insulin so that we can burn off what we're storing up. So I hope this helps you guys understand why intermittent fasting works in so many different aspects of our life. It is how our body has been designed to operate at its peak and at its best. We have just learned different ways to live our lifestyle, and we know now that a lot of those things that we've learned have not really served us very well, and we need to start switching some things up and thinking logically about how we're operating in that 24-hour space that has been given to us, and can we reset our clock? Can we get things back to a normal operating time frame within that 24-hour window? And we know now that intermittent fasting and really creating a keto-like lifestyle where we keep our nutrition as dense as we possibly can with the logic of, do we need so many carbohydrates? Can fat really be that thing that can be beneficial to us? And are we over proteining our system? And if you can consciously look at the lifestyle that you have for yourself and what you're creating and figuring out that things might not be working so great for you, it might be an opportunity to create some change. And that's what we're here to help facilitate for you. You guys know we have a class launching on the 8th of June. We teach a lot of this information there. The hows and the whys. We should be intermittent fasting and how to do it correctly so that we can reap the benefits of it. And I would love to have you in class if you've been hanging around with us here in this arena of the Facebook Lives and the YouTube Lives for a while. This is a great opportunity to jump in. Summer is a really easy time to start intermittent fasting, believe it or not. The sun is out, the days are longer, the weather is warm, and it is a good time to really incorporate some change when we have that little extra energy and some free time on our hands, or maybe just a little bit less hectic schedule, because summertime tends to be the time when we don't have so many demands on us, especially as women, I know for sure. So would love to have you jump into the class. Links are provided in the comments for both Facebook and YouTube, and you always have the opportunity to email if you have any questions as well. I'm going to go in and welcome everyone who's here today. Let's see, Jody's here. Good to see you, girlfriend. How did your run go this weekend? I know you were doing, I believe it was a half marathon this weekend. Hope it went well. Marie is here from April 2019. Terry, hello. Jennifer from the November 2017 class. Christina, good to see you. Trisha, girlfriend, it's always good to see you on here with us. Letitia, do you have to go to bed at a certain time? I work a night shift. What they're finding, people who are studying sleep habits, is that it's not so much that you have to go to bed at a certain time. It's the amount of time that you have in bed, and even so much you don't even have to be sleeping the entire time. So 8 hours in bed with darkness and all the distraction gone is the best amount of time you can have in bed. And there's also research that is showing that even 6.5 to 7 hours of sleep is enough. The most important thing is that you have downtime, and the time that you're awake is also time that you're really, paying close attention to. And are you allowing your body system to reset at its time when you're up and awake as well? So the big key is just getting on a system and finding what works for your own body. And if you have to be on a night shift, you have to be on a night shift. So just making sure that when you do sleep, it is the most optimal opportunity for your body to rest, I would say would be the best guess for sure. And then probably not eat right before you go to bed, so that your body can have a system that's able to kind of process the sleep and not have to process new nutrients. Beth, hello. Letitia, yeah, so night shift is just not normal because you're sleeping, remember, at different times. We need to be sleeping when it's dark. So make sure that when you get off your night shift that your room that you're sleeping in is dark as well, and that might help you keep your rhythm intact. Carla, can this help with, I say to myself, cutting my open eating window off at a certain time before I know it and putting something in my mouth almost unconsciously? Is this a habit? Let me read that again. Can this help with, I say to myself, I'm cutting my open eating window off at a certain time, and before I know it, I'm putting something in my mouth? Okay, so when you have predetermined fasting times and feasting times and you can't adhere to them, that's a habit thing. You haven't really cemented your lifestyle yet. When you have goals of why it is you're fasting and feasting and you have your predetermined time and you can't stay within it, then it's often something that's going on with you internally, emotionally, and mentally that's not allowing you to create a habit that's going to stick. So if it's an unconscious habit, you have to get conscious and figure out what's keeping you unconscious and not thinking about what's most important to you. So those are all mind shifts that you have to make for yourself. Grace, starting again. Awesome. Connie, good to see you. Haven't seen you for a while. And then Letitia, you're welcome for sure. Let me see what we got here. Is there a lot you have to manage here? Or is it okay? Okay, cool. Let's see what we have here on YouTube really quick. Mar, hello. Susie, haven't started yet. Susie, you need to start with us. We start on Saturday. We'd love to have you. Lillian, a graduate from 2019. Linda, May 2019 and feeling great. Awesome. Love hearing that. Grace Ann, May course. Hopefully you're doing well also. Devon Joy, from the May class, ready to wrap up my 20-hour fast after this broadcast. Set some June goals, which includes 5 times 20-hour fast each week. Yeah, girl, that's a great goal to have. At least 5 days a week, 20-hour fast. And then what I say with the other 2 days is don't be really hard on the fact that maybe you might not fast. I did that in the beginning, and then when I realized the 2 days that I picked to not fast were really great days to fast even longer than 20 hours. So be careful about what you say and be careful about what you set up for yourself, because you'll end up doing that. And so just evaluate it for a little while, and if you need to make some adjustments, then I say go for that as well. It sounds like you're setting some really good goals for yourself, so congrats on that. Lori did 20-hour fast today, feel great, starting June class. My husband told me today he's going to start fasting. He sees my results, been IF for 3 weeks. Lori, congratulations to you. And that's what I always tell women when they're concerned about their husband not adapting to this lifestyle, is I say, set an example. We have run our husbands through the ringer with starting and stopping and starting and stopping. And so they're cautious, and we have to respect the fact that they're being cautious with us, and they want to see how long we're going to stick with this one. So make it a lifestyle. And then your husband will see how amazing you're feeling, and he'll notice the amazing changes in your appearance as well, because you'll just be happier on the outside, and then they can't help themselves but jump in, and then it's an amazing lifestyle to live together. So I'm super excited for you and your husband, and have him take the class with you. That'll be super fun for you guys. Susie, how does it work if I sign up for the 6-8 course? When do I go through the program? On my own? Okay, so Susie, we all start on Saturday the 8th. It's an online course. Every day you get an email telling you to go in and listen to that day's lesson. And then we also have a community group where I go in and answer questions and help you with anything that you feel like you're stuck on. So it is an online course, so you have the opportunity to do it at your own pace, but you're also going through it at the same time with a group of like-minded women, so you get that support as well. So I would hope to see, I would love to have you in class with us, Susie. The link's in the comment section. And the text, Gigi, I'm excited to start on this 8th. I'm excited for you to start on the 8th as well. Michelle, April 2019 graduate. I feel so much better when I begin my fast 2 to 3 hours before bed. Then when I wake, I am ready for water, black coffee until I break a fast a few hours later. Yeah, that is true. Like, there's no reason to like end your fast at a certain time before bed, other than what we're finding is that when you end it early enough for your feast to digest and have your organs process through what you just put in, then when you go to bed, your body's only job is to get you to rest and repair during sleep. So if you're noticing that benefit, then that's something you want to pay attention to for your body, and that's going to help your body get back into its own circadian rhythm as well, because your body has a job to do at rest, and if you're eating right before bed, then it's doing something else besides rest and repair. So I'm glad that you made that connection for sure. I have been 1 meal a day eater all my life. That's just how I roll. Only hungry once a day. Well, that's great. If that's working for you, I say stick with that for sure. Denise is an April 2019 grad. Jay, 2019 grad. Good to see you guys here. Michelle, also my dad, age 76, started IF when I was taking the April course. He's lost 20 pounds, has more energy to care for my mom, who has dementia. IF is helping him. Michelle, that is a win times 3 for sure. So congratulations to your entire family, and you should pat yourself on the back for being such a great example and pulling your dad in with you for sure. So And then knowing also that your mom, and I'm sorry to hear that she's suffering from dementia, but now you know that that runs in your family as well. So you want to make sure that you're paying attention to those signs and signals as well. When I was really sick and pre-diabetic, I was also suffering from some like early onset Alzheimer's type of symptoms, and when I started fasting, those started to go away. So sugar is one of those things that puts us in that state of mental fog and mental decline, so you want to make sure that you're paying really close attention to that for your own health as well. Sulin from Atlanta, good to see you here. Linda, May 19, 2019 grad, working on increasing physical activity, grateful for the trifecta course. Yeah, so Linda, the thing about the trifecta course is it's a process just like fasting, and you have to start establishing those habits and understand how your body chemistry works, and then find something that fuels your fire, knowing that everything that you're doing in fitness is for the future. We no longer use the dialogue that we work out to erase bad food decisions that we made, and we're not working out because of anything that we did in the past. We're doing it to create longevity and to create an energy system for ourselves that will carry us through the future and help us age successfully. That's a huge mindset shift, and once you make that shift, you're going to be home free with that fitness for sure. And then Margaret's good to see you. Jay, loving this lifestyle and the new trifecta class. Good. I'm glad you guys are liking the trifecta class. M. Parker, May 2019 graduate, loving the IF lifestyle. I've lost 10 pounds. I'm 56, postmenopausal, hot flashes at night, and am not sleeping well. Also foot cramps. What recommendations do you have? Make sure you're getting enough magnesium in your day. If you're not drinking mineralized water, I would get a magnesium supplement for sure. Try that for a couple weeks, and then just make sure that you're keeping your sugar intake low at the end of the night as well. That's also been a big problem for a lot of us in this community is, you know, having that little bit of extra carbs sneak in later in the evening can be that thing that's keeping you in that last little stage of hormonal imbalance. Get that fixed, and then you can start experimenting again. So magnesium first, and then watch the sugar second. And then Margaret, hello girlfriend. Carrie, been watching you for a few weeks, been keto and IF for a couple months, considering the class. Carrie, we'd love to have you. It's super fun. You're going to learn a lot. It's a great time to practice and experiment with some things in a really safe environment, and I'll be there to help guide you. So I'd love to have you. And then Margaret, I gave you some feedback on your exercise journal and stuff, your fitness journal today. So hopefully you got that text for me. And then Jay, loving this lifestyle in the new trifecta class. And Parker, I already did that one. Susanna, hello. And then Lisa, tried black coffee today for the first time. I'm thinking about joining the June class. Just don't want to drop out. Lisa, then just make a decision not to drop out. Don't keep yourself from something amazing for fear that you're going to drop out. Stay in the class. Join it. Check in every single day for the next 21 days and come out the other end a new person. Completing the course will change your mindset that you just expressed right here, and that you're afraid you're going to not finish it. Finish it, and now your mindset will change, and the next opportunity you have, you won't have the fear of failure or that you won't complete something. So you got to change your mindset, and we're here to help you with that. So jump on in. We have lots of things in place to help you stay connected for sure. And then Latricia, you're welcome. And then Ingrid jumped on as well. So there's our circadian rhythm. It's built in. It's a clock that we have the opportunity to reset if we feel like it's out of balance. So fasting is that thing. Intermittent fasting specifically is that thing for us women. When you get to that 20-hour clean fasting window, you give your body the opportunity to reset itself in so many ways, including your circadian rhythm. So it will get you back in balance, it will get you back on a clock system, and will really have an opportunity for you to become healthy in every aspect. Hormonally, your organs will function better, your mind will think clearer, and you will be able to go on and live your life with aging as your success. And I think that that's really what we want to focus on as women, especially today. We have a long time ahead of us, and we should be really excited about it and really have it be an opportunity for us to live in our own window of opportunity to be happy, healthy, and successful. And that's really what we look for when we're creating that lifestyle where we can look and feel our best, because we're doing it authentically based on the desires that we have for ourselves. So I would hope if you're on the fence that this little talk will motivate you to get into our June 8th course. We're closing down registration on Friday at noon Central Standard Time, which is a little earlier than we usually do. So I want to make sure I get that warning out there for those of you who've been following along and maybe think we're doing it later. We're closing it at noon, so we we have an opportunity to welcome everyone into class on Friday before we get started on Saturday. And then I see all of you live on Saturday morning, where I'll answer any of your questions you have about getting started and make sure that we're all on the same page, and we're super excited and we're ready to rock and roll on Sunday when we start our group fast together. So thanks for joining in today. I will see you guys Wednesday. And then we are going to be making some changes to our live broadcasting schedule because it is summertime and we have kids that we want to spend time with and things going on in our house. And so I think we're going to end up going back to a later evening time frame. So my friends in Australia and South Africa, I know you're always excited about that. And we'll do that a couple days a week, and I think we'll do a morning live on Friday. So Michael and I are going to get our schedules together, and we'll put an announcement out for everyone as well. So thanks for joining today, and I would love to have you guys in our course with us on June.